Now, very quickly, I watched Opus A24 release from this year by Mark Anthony Green, Ayo Edebiri starring as Ariel, Alfred Moretti played by John Malkovich, a few names you might know. Also in here are Juliette Lewis, Murray Bartlett, Amber Midthunder. Amber Midthunder is underused in this, but she does a lot with a small role. I just want to call her out because I wasn't even noticing it was Amber Midthunder at first, but I kept thinking like, ooh, who's this person that keeps following the main character around and seemed weirdly threatening? And that was Amber Midthunder. And I thought, wow, everything that Amber Midthunder was in this movie was she stole the scenes, and she didn't have a lot, but what she did have, she really ate. This movie is ridiculous, but it is quite entertainingly ridiculous. So first of all, before I say anything else about the movie, I'm going to go 3 stars in this movie because I think it is worth recommending if you want some ridiculous trash that doesn't really work in much of any way, but was, for me, still a lot of fun to watch. But boy, it's terrible in a lot of ways. The basic, like I said, in a lot of ways, how do you look at this movie? It is so much a version of movies you've seen that are done better, and that's what everyone almost says when they see this movie too. Is it kind of like Midsommar a little bit? Is it a little bit like was it The Menu? Is it kind of like The Menu a little bit? But really, surprisingly, it's most like Willy Wonka, and you're like, wait, what? What is this movie, Opus? It's supposed to be in current day, and this flamboyant pop star from 30 years ago who has been like hermitized out in the desert, has not been making any music, and has just been this mysterious figure, comes back and says, I'm going to be releasing my first new album in 30 years. And he sends out special invitations. Remember Willy Wonka? He sends out special invitations to some high profile kind of influencer types. One of them's a great critic, and another one is a great writer, and another one's a great, they're all like top of their field. And they're all invited out to his desert compound where he has a cult-like group around him that almost worship him as a god. And they're all invited out here for the listening party for his brand new album. They're going to get the first chance to listen to it and report it back to the world. And along with all these socialist, that's the wrong word, social luminaries or social influencer luminaries, this one young woman who's just like an assistant at this, as a writer, Plariel, played by Ayo Edebiri, she gets picked to come along too, and she's like, why am I going along? But okay, this is my chance to make my mark. I can write about this incredible event. Now, the weird thing about this movie is John Malkovich is this flamboyant, I don't know, Elton John-esque, Madonna-esque, Michael Jackson-esque reclusive pop star. That part is really ludicrous. And you think, is this played as a comedy? But not. And it thinks it's being like mysterious, and it's going to have these, like I said, there's like this cult-like thing around his compound, and they kind of feel like they're trapped in there. And kind of Midsommar, are all the people that get there going to slowly get picked off or discover what's going on? And of course, Ariel's going to try to uncover what's going on there because it definitely seems mysterious and maybe nefarious behind the scenes. But it's all played out ludicrously. It doesn't make much of any sense. It's not near as shocking or stylish or just plain out creepy as Midsommar. It's not near as like vibrant and over the top as Willy Wonka, either version. So it's not as much any of those things. But it has a bonkers, messy energy to it, which still I found quite entertaining. So I had a kind of a fun time watching this movie, even though it's terrible, which is why I can't go much better than a 3. But as a movie like this that I could have easily given a 2, I'm going to give it a 3 because would I watch parts of this again if it came on? I probably would. And I feel like this might get, despite itself, a weird sort of a cult following in about 10 years. I can imagine this being rediscovered when it's not getting any kind of buzz. It's not getting any kind of A24, like this is going to be a cool indie release sort of a buzz. When it just gets seen as this kind of genre oddity, then I could see it getting a little bit of a cult following for being terrible but great at being terrible, that kind of a thing. And just being, like I said, it's such a mess of a movie and doesn't make much sense at all. So 3 stars for Opus.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.